So, good evening, guys and girls and folks. So, it's 5:15 p.m. Today is February 1st, 2023. It's FOMC day today. Lots of price swings, And then tomorrow, bigger earnings: Amazon, Google, Alphabet, And then Friday, NFP. So, these all 3 days you can watch the price action. You don't have to trade. It's a risky business. So we are open for both sides today as well. I may not trade before 2 p.m. I will just wait for FOMC announcement, and then if I can find a setup, then I will trade, right? So I did not trade it early in the morning. I will watch the price. I walk you through in Discord. I talked, and then we walk through the price action throughout the morning till 11, and then I said, I will come back after 2 p.m. So after 2 p.m. 2:30, actually at 2:40 I took the trade, but Russell, I took the trade early at 12 o'clock, and then I went through, I held it throughout the FOMC, and my entry was in Russell was 1927, exactly at the bottom, and then I held it, since 12 o'clock. And then during FOMC, price came down there 2 times, but it held it, and my target was fixed 57. So 49, 57, those were my 2 targets. 49, I scaled 1 contract. I had 2 contract only, since it's FOMC, right? I can't put more. And 57 was my second target, So both got hit after 240, and the extended target was 75, which I did not trade it. Okay. Till Friday. Because Russell was a good case today, for longs. Knowing it's FOMC, price can do large swing and it can go either way, but Russell was the only instrument that was pointing longs only. NQES can go either way, but Russell was pointing longs since today morning, So that's why in Discord, I'll show you my all Discord messages. But that's why I said it makes sense to go long Russell. And then I also said NQ or Russell, either or, because probabilities were higher into Russell. That's why I took the long in Russell, and I was willing to go through FOMC by holding the contract. And Russell paid it off pretty much, to the T. So while NQ and ES were chopping around, Russell was the one. See, so it's not about only context, knowing the context. Picking the right instrument on the right day, given day, is also a skill that you need to develop. Sometimes doesn't mean that you always trade ES, so you only have to trade ES. On some day, when ES and NQs are like 2 ways, and if Dow or Russell is giving you a clear signal, you go with Russell or Dow, right? All you need to do is what? Find a level, right? That I am here, for at least for Discord folks. So that is how it is, So, but anyway, however, so till Friday it will be a roller coaster ride, right? So here I am saying reduce your contract size to 50%. There is no if else in terms of direction today. However, this is my personal opinion, right? So daily time frame is pointing higher, but weekly is balancing, right? But for day trading, does weekly matter or daily? More daily, right? So daily is pointing higher. ES 77, 34,005 for Dow, 12,212 are important to watch. Price can swing between 4220 to 4025 in ES. Overall short term picture is this, that buyers still have a control, right? Now let's go here. Now, so by looking at this price, right? So I'll give you some heads up here, right? So look at these levels here, right? The note: aggressive sellers, preferred buyers, rotational area, backup buyers, backup sellers, preferred sellers. See, the distance for sellers is far away from when I wrote the note here, the price was here, right? So here the comments here will show you how I am thinking the price action before even FOMC kicks in, right? Way earlier. So, and the way I put this information here, right, there is a reason for it. See, the distance, you can even measure it, right? So when price was here, I wrote a note, right? Look at the distance between here and here, preferred buyers area. See that? Very little distance. But when you see preferred sellers, the distance is higher, way higher, right? But when you see backup buyers and backup sellers, the distance is equal. See, those are the extremes, okay? But here is the key here. So by looking at this description itself, you don't need to even read my notes. You know, by looking at this, you immediately know that what is my rationale behind this. The way, okay, I'll explain you, right? So if you see the lesser distance, that means I'm expecting buyers to hold this damn thing aggressively. I don't want price to even go below it, right? So kind of I have a like long side bias more than sell side, right? So for sellers, I'm giving a distance here. That means if price choose to bounce from here, you know, I don't want to short here or here. You know, if I want to short, let's say, I'm interested here. See, so if price is here, am I going to wait till here to short, or if price comes here, I rather go long? Think about it. See, so that's why it's all by looking at this description, at least without reading the notes, you know the rationale behind the levels. You know, they are not random. I think through it a lot, you know, all the scenarios. Then I put this number here, you know, or I put this description here that this is the preferred buyers area. And look at this today, right? NQ. Look at NQ, right? Also NQ was, when I wrote the note, NQ was right around here. See, same scenario. Distance is less versus this. Actually NQ is similar because NQ is always gray area, you know, but NQ has an additional advantage. It has a hunting level, right? So we know within hunting levels, it was trading within hunting levels, so anything can happen. Price can do ping pong between hunting levels, these blue lines, or it goes one way, then it will broke above both or below both, right? So that is what we discussed in Discord when price was here and later in the day, right? So an aggressive buyers area, see that these are the aggressive buyers and sellers area, right? So ES also you can look at it. Aggressive sellers, I put it here, right? Actually buyers also I put it somewhere. Where did I put the buyers? Or maybe I forgot. Anyway, so aggressive sellers, right? So now you can see these aggressive sellers are selling it, correct? But remember, I said, right, daily time frame is pointing higher, so we are not interested in selling today, right? So in this code I said that, right? So we are favoring longs and watching it, right, during FOMC. So aggressive sellers responded here, right, after the open, correct? And then price was going down. We were watching all this thing, and I was saying, you know what, buyers are still in control, looks like it, right? All this thing. NAD was going down, you know, everything was like pointing down, right? NQ was also doing same damn thing from this 155, right? And but then I said 212 to watch in ES 77, right? And then during intraday I said dream number is the key, which is 132 level, and you can see there is a lot of rotation around this 132 dream number, you know, back and forth. But we were watching it, you know, we didn't trade it in the morning. So and then price did back and forth. So I was collecting information here, you know. So here is so now I'll show you, you know, what I was looking at it. So here, so during FOMC, right? So now we are at FOMC. So before FOMC, where is it? Here, yes, there was a divergence going on, right? So that's the first thing. So see these things, lower low, right? Tell 20, higher high, higher lows, right? That's the divergence, correct? So you have to make a note here. Okay, now and then hold on, before I even walk you through it, let me show you all the Discord messages, right? So at least you are aware of where I am going, right? So there you go. Let me start from beginning. So this was 12 p.m. This is 7 a.m. this morning. Okay, at that time there was no FOMC, right? So here, so Dow Jones Industrial Transportation, right? So I keep an eye on every damn thing, all key information, you know, not only indexes. So Dow Jones Transportation Average, so I put something here, right? But that is not important. Important is here SPY, right? 410, 395, 390 for this week to watch. Today's high 410. Okay. QQQ 308, 303, 297, 284, 278. Today's high 303, and I think low was around, let me see, where was the low? QQQ's low was, I think, somewhere 280s or something. 293, 297, right? So FOMC it poked to 293, but 297 pretty much, right? So low and highs, correct? IWM, now here is the kicker. IWM or Russell ETF, strong bull among all the indexes. 190 was the balanced top. It broke it yesterday, daily time frame. This week it has to maintain it above 187, 190. What is the low of the day today in Russell? 190. That was my long. Equivalent to future, it was 1925. So I went long at 1927. See that? So that's today's low in Russell. And here, equal to trading Russell to long side may be a good idea at any sign. See that? So sign was, look at Russell's chart, open it and see. It held 1927 at 3 different attempts during FOMC and before FOMC. There are 4 attempts. It held it. See, that was the sign, clear sign, you know. And then, so that was the first note. You know, I put it way early in the morning, even before FOMC. Okay. Then here is a statement at 12:22. Right? Someone asked, Muthu asked, any idea to get some call at put spread and strike above it or blah blah blah, right? So here is my answer, no idea. But personally, if I had to do it, I may play long. Now here is a rationale also. Why? Right? You know already now why. Because daily is pointing higher, right? Russell is pointing higher, correct? Now, because NQ is due to take its higher level, which is 212, and higher up 376, and RTY is already broken out, right? Man, this is a note here. So it makes sense to go long. You know, that is what it is here. Now, 12:37. Then I ask a question. Now, if you look at the daily running 24-hour candle at that time, so at 12:37, right? If you open daily chart, you will see a candle running, right? At that time, you know, if you still have access to back testing, you can go back and check at 12:37. You know, you will see Dow and ES trading near the day's low. So Dow and ES candles were super red. You know, they were trading at the low of the day, pretty much at that point in time, whatever the low. So candle was totally red. You know, 100% red. And NQ has a very tiny little candle at that time. You know, very tiny range. You know, it was indecisive candle, like a doji or something. Now imagine, right, if they all have to expand to the upside or further downside, which side has more reward? Now you go and think in your mind that, hey, Dow and ES are completely 100% red, trading at the lower end. You know, where is the reward? Shorting it at the tail end or going long has a more reward from the tail end? Think about it, right? So I'll leave it up to you. Now this is at 12:45, right? Again, somebody asked a question. Overall trend is up. He asked about gold. So I said gold, stick with, look for longs. you know, at any pullback. Even though price goes down, you look for long, right? Now that is what I said at what time? 12:45, right? And look what happened in gold today. Did it went higher or lower? You can go back and check your chart. You know, I didn't check the gold, but must be higher then. You know, if it is lower, it's a pullback. You know, but that's for gold, right? So I covered IWM, SPY, QQQ, gold, ES, NQ, Russell, 7 instruments. You know, now and then here 12:58. NQ's ES tagged here at this level and Dow is off. Okay, this is not important. This is important. NQ did not get a chance to tag its Globex high or 212. So it's a pending stuff. That means I'm telling you it's a pending stuff. So if you go long, right, it's a basically price. See, NQ traded entire day before FOMC. It didn't even reach the Globex high, while ES made a new high above Globex. So that's a pending stuff. That means if it goes higher, more likely scenario, you know, because people are going to chase towards that high at least one point in time. You know, Russell pending stuff 49, 57, 1927. At that time Russell was trading around 1935 or 40 or somewhere. You know, I will trade NQ and RTY or RTY during FOMC, and then I said actually I already grabbed 2 contracts in Russell at 1927. You know, and take my chances through FOMC. So this was my trade. Target was 49.57, as I said, right? And then look at this, 44.39 or 41.25 to keep in mind for ES during FOMC, right? ES reached 41.25. That's where I bailed out my contract ES, and that's what I said in Discord. Now whatever happens is a bonus, because NQ 376 was my max. 41.25 in ES was the max, Russell was 57 was the max. So once it reached there, trading is over. Whatever happens after that, it's a bonus trading. Okay. Now NQ, look at this, 1:27 p.m. NQ 12,082.69 to 12,376. Now you can go back and check your chart at 2 o'clock, where, and 2:30, where did price come and from where it bounced? This area. Yes, it pokes below by 10-15 points, but it held it. You know. Now then at 2:05, this is what I typed right after FOMC announcement, that 55 bounce, which was a very important level to watch. You know, if I go back in my Discord, I will show you later on. But I don't have a time now. So NQ, this bounce, so that tells you that hey, it is going toward this. Russell, I said 1927. Okay. So I covered all of this, right? All the Discord messages before it happens, not afterwards. Okay. So only thing is I don't tweet all these things, because it's only for Discord folks, not for everybody else, right? But anyway, so now let's go here, right? So now you know the story behind it, what I'm looking for, right? Now I'll walk you through during here what happened. So I was watching this, right? That was the first divergence here, right? So ES is trying to make a lower low, NQ is higher low, correct? That's a divergence, right? So we observe these things, correct? And then we also observe that hey, price bounced from this 180 to 69 area, right, which we just discussed, and ES is holding 63 at that point in time, right? Then what happened? Then FOMC started, right? So FOMC, price touch here, right? First it touched down here, straight to 55, important level. That's where I said it bounced, right? NQ again bounced, right? So now if we look at it, NQ, it has overnight one touch here, second touch, third touch of this level, and it's holding it, right? Yes, I would say same thing here, multiple touch, it's holding it because it was only tails, right? There is no closing candles here, right? So touch, bounce, right? So that those are the observations, right? But we are supposed to trade after 2:30, right? So we are watching it. Then what happened? Price went higher. See, look at this 155 area, right? And 168 was Globex high, pending target, right? Price here during the first time, news time, it didn't even go there. it came down, right? So the maximum reward opportunity, if somebody buys here, maximum reward, right? But anyway, we were watching it, right? Then it went higher and took out this 155, which was holding price down. It took out, and not only that, it took out this also. Now you know that buyers are in control. Doesn't mean you have to buy it here, you still have to wait, right? Then what happened? 230, 220, there was a pullback. This is where the FIP players went long, most likely all the day traders, right? Which is this area here, you know. Then price little bit went higher, and then all of them got what? Trapped, right? See here, this is probably a fib level, you know, but anyway, that doesn't matter. What I knew was the moment price came down, I knew it was a failed breakout, you know, and I had a sense, you know, I had a feeling it may do that before 230, you know. So whoever did it here, you know, they got screwed, you know, all the buyers, fib players, right here and here. And now what happened? Price went down. Right when Powell started talking, price went down first, right? So I was watching here, all the day traders started shorting. The moment it went below this, they are now thinking it's gonna go lower, and yes, will go lower. Okay, now so their shorts will be here. They are looking for a earth. Then when it broke below this and closed here, now there will be more shorts here. Okay, same thing here. We are watching it. Okay, then what happened? Because Russell, if you're watching Russell, it was at 1927.25 at that time. So I was watching it, you know. Then it started, you know. So I was, remember, I'm favoring longs here, right? So when it went down, right, and then I saw this. See, this only candle sealed the deal. Why? Because after so much attempt, 4 attempts, right? And then look at this, lower low here, another lower low, another lower low. What do you think? At this point in time, what is the expectation? Either it should tank or reverse hard, simple. But based on this, all the day traders is going to think what? It is going to tank. Lower low, lower low, lower low. Same thing here, right? So everybody is shorting, right? But we are looking for longs here. So now watch here, okay? So what now? Here I'll show you this thing for NQ, and you can do the similar thing for ES. Okay, so look at this. Lower, the low is here, right? So see, price gives you a clue. You just have to read it. Did price went down below this low? Yes. Where did it close? Higher. Where the longs came from here? Higher, right? So it's a failed breakdown, right? In a way, you can see it. Price candle didn't even close below it. Correct? Then what happened? Now it made a new low here, so you put the line here, right? Then what happened here? Price closed below it, correct? Right here. So now okay, good. So price was able to close here, correct? Now let's watch the second candle. At least we need to see some follow through, correct? Then we can play pullback to the short. Let's say if you want to short it, right? Now ES, you can do the same exercise parallelly, you know. Same thing here, low, higher close, right? And then finally close below it, correct? So now you are looking for follow through, correct? And now you expect price to stay below this, right? Or let's put this line back, you know. Correct? Or below this low, right? You don't want to see any close above this too, correct? Look at this. See, this is why I said the moment this candle happened, I knew it's a reversal. And now it will chase 212, which was pending, or 376, right there, you know. So see that second candle not only close above this, also this, and also this. See? So what does that tell you? Look at ES. ES didn't even give a chance, you know. ES closed way higher here. See that? But the moment it started reversing here, I knew at that time 72 was my long, you know. Then 77 was the long, 84, 86 was, these are all longs, you know, just you know at that time. you know. But that's how you read it, you know. When price is trying to do something and it doesn't happen, it's a reversal most likely, you know. So the moment the case candle closed here, that basically seals the deal. If you now deep digger into 1 minute time frame, right, this was 2 minutes, right, in 1 minute you will see it clearly, you know, that hey, this is a sign, you know. Now I think yes, let's see. See here, this was the last high at 77, and it's an important area, right? So that's where all these things started. See that one swift, it just took out, right? So yeah, that's why I'm showing a long here. See that was ideal long. Another long, this 91, right? It's taken out. That was the level. So you go long right here, right? And then you bail out at 41.25. As I highlighted that area, it's a max, right? Then price went down, right? We didn't do anything here. We were watching it. Then price went higher to 40. That's another area I gave in Discord, 39.41 area. So, and then here I said, let's wait for a pullback at 41.25 to 22 area in ES, and NQ for 376 to 350 area, which is this. And then we took the long. Right here, I said, guys, do a sim trading, not a live. Take the trade here. 41.22 was my trade. 364 was my entry in NQ at the same time. And then I said scale here at 35 in ES, first contract. Scale here 418 in NQ. Rest you hold it till targeting 472, which was in between these levels here. In ES I said wherever you bail out NQ, you bail out ES, which is here 41.55. So that was the later on 3 p.m. trade, you know. So those are the trades for today, right? So I gave you the rationale also, correct? And then why you do certain things on certain day, you know, and then I ignore all other garbage, you know. And that be all for today.